Hey guys, and welcome to yet another developer news, this time for August 2024. Last month was the first time that I tried to do a video of these developer news. Previously I only did the written version, but I was thinking maybe because I'm already written down what I should talk about or want to tell this month, I could as well just do a little devlog video. Let's get started. Developer news, August 2024. We have a little nice screenshot here, a little teaser for what this is about. So the overall status is that this is basically about me explaining why I'm working on the stuff that I'm working on right now, because it might not make sense to everybody. Because if you follow along, you know that for the past year and a half, have been working on adding multiplayer to the game. The current version of the game that is actually released to everybody is a single player game. And the last year and a half, I've added a separate branch to add multiplayer functionality to that because it's a very requested feature. And that thing is about to be released hopefully will be released in December 2024. So that's what I've been working on for the past year and a half. I'm not done, but I'm focusing a little on other stuff than multiplayer in these weeks and months. Because to be sure that I have a version of the game ready for release around December 2024, I need the game to be on par with the current version, meaning that I need to make sure all that works in the current version will also work in the newer version, the multiplayer version, because the update when pushed to all players in December 2024 shouldn't feel like a downgrade with missing features. So what I mean here is that, for instance, right now we don't have blueprints, and we are missing the range map and the city map, and we're also missing single player, or we was missing single player, but we get into that in a moment. You might wonder why we need to redo these features as they are already in the game. The reason is that the underlying mechanics in the game has been rewritten to work with the multiplayer, which means I need to refactor these old features to work on top of the new foundation. What I miss is single player, blueprints, the range map, and the city map are the missing core features from the normal version of the game that we are still missing in the multiplayer version. Again, as I said, it's so that the update I will release in December doesn't feel like a downgrade for people that are used to playing the normal single player version. These are the things that I need to have working in the game, at least to be able to release this as the main version of the game around December. Once I have these here in the new version of the game, I will get back to add more new features, which will be more multiplayer specific, and that is really where the fun continues, because adding these existing features isn't super fun, to be honest, but I have to do it because it shouldn't be a downgrade. Anyway, single player, status on single player. Since the last devlog, the last developer news, I have actually pushed a version that enable single player. So single player works in the newer version of the game, the multiplayer version. So that's pretty cool. And people have been playing that already for some time, and I haven't had any complaints really. This is different in the way that there is no spawn limitations. So there's no kind of max thing. It's more like in the old version or in the current version where you can spawn how much you want, and there's no slowdown on the spawn rate. So you can basically spam as much as you want, which you can't in the multiplayer version. So what is missing in the single player is blueprints. And that is what I'm working on right now. Here's a little GIF showing some of it. The goal is to have blueprints work in single player at least. I have already been working on this feature for some time, and it's very close to be done. There's only some issues with mortars and shells because they are new features in the game and they work in a different way. So I have to figure out a way to save and load these things. Basically, it works in the version. I haven't released it yet, but I have gotten it working. And actually, I also made it work so the host of a game can save and load blueprints. This little blue thing will be synchronized between clients and hosts, so you can see things loading. It looks pretty cool. Currently, clients cannot load blueprints. It's disabled for clients. We need some kind of voting system or something so people can't just spawn crazy amount of things in the game via blueprints, because that will be a spammer's paradise. I have talked with some of you about how we can do it, and you came with some great suggestions. But right now, as I said in the beginning, I'm focusing on getting the core mechanics of the old system into the new version and work there. And then later on, I will look into, for instance, make the blueprints work for clients. Anyway, So very, very close to having this ready, and it will be pushed during this month. I'm pretty sure in a few days, hopefully I can push this. Status on the range in the city. I haven't started on these maps yet, but I don't think it's a big problem because I have all the tools and features I need. I make the town work, so I know how to do it. It's just a matter of doing it. After blueprints are working, I will quickly make range and city work so they are in the game too. When that happens, we should be on par with the current version feature-wise, plus all the new stuff. It shouldn't feel like a downgrade at that point. So that's pretty cool. And then I can get back to actually work on some new stuff, like proximity chat. There were some upgrades to some sound things, emotes, and a crouch animation, and stuff like that. So some stuff that at least the proximity chat and the emotes is something that I think will add a lot of fun to the game, really, to be honest. So I'm looking forward to do that. But the last thing here, an official guide to run Fireworks Mania on a Mac. Of course, this is unofficial. I can't support this because the game is not built for Mac. I haven't done this and I haven't tested it, but Shut AP did a great guide. You can check it out here. And there's a guide to how to install Windows or something like that on OS X, which is the Mac OS. And yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but he's making it work, apparently. If you're on a Mac and you want to try it out, you should be able to now with this. How great it runs and all that, I don't know, but at least there is a guide for it now. And you can find it in the community section, or you can find a link in the post. Yeah, maybe one more thing. Just to show, I have this in the bottom here, I have this changelog where I'm just linking to all the updates that I did during the previous month here. So it's just to let you know that stuff is happening, in case you are not a person that follows along very closely and only see these videos or see the post here. So anyway, that's the status. I will continue on completing blueprints so I can push it out and you guys can try it out. Then I need to make the maps and continue on some more exciting stuff. That was it for this developer news devlog. Low effort, quickly cut, hopefully recorded in one session with all the ums and ahs and all that. Oh, and all that. But yeah, see you in the next one. Bye. If you're new to my channel, I'm building a fireworks simulator game while having a wife, 2 kids, a full-time day job, and a dog. The game is already on Steam, so go check it out. It's called Fireworks Mania, and you can find a link in the description.